Oh, okay. Well, I started dancing when I was 3 years old. Um,
Comencé a bailar cuando tenía 3 años.
my mother tells the story that when I was three or two, I guess, 2 years old, that Baryshnikov was dancing on on TV, and I was completely mesmerized by his dancing, and I was trying to imitate him, and I was, only two, but I was clearly wanted to dance. So they started me in ballet, and I studied ballet until I was 13 very seriously. And then I actually stopped um, completely until I was 18. So from 13 to 18, I wasn't dancing. But then when I was 18, I started again and I went to college for dance. I went to the SUNY Purchase Dance Conservatory, and I've
Ok.
been a professional dancer ever since.
Se dice mi mamá como anécdota que a los dos, entre 2 y 3 años, estaba yo viendo a Baryshnikov en la tele y estaba completamente embobada por su actuación, por lo que este hombre podía hacer. Y entonces, bueno, pues me metieron al ballet. Y estuve allí hasta los 13 años haciéndolo de una forma muy seria. Y después de los 13 a los, no, de los, ¿qué? 15 a los 18, em, lo dejé completamente y a los 18 volví a entrar en la Universidad de Purchase.
It's a great question. Um, I think that Merce was really interested in possibilities. Over the span of his career as a choreographer, as an artist, he kept pushing himself to keep discovering new possibilities in what the body is capable of and new ways of thinking about how a dance can be made, how it can be assembled, how it can work in relation to other forms with music and costuming and visual art. So I think a lot of his technique comes from training the body to be available and the mind to be available for anything to be possible.
Lo
Um,
que a Merce le interesaba era como descubrir las posibilidades del cuerpo y agregaríamos que de la mente. Entonces se pasó toda su vida buscando nuevas maneras o de qué otras maneras podía moverse el cuerpo y luego cómo podía esto relacionarse con la música y con los vestuarios y tal. Entonces él se obligaba, él se empujaba a sí mismo a encontrar cada vez más, yo me atrevo a decir, dificultades.
I think it just organically happened. I worked with the Merce Cunningham Dance Company in the final 2 years of the company's existence. I was what's called a part of the repertory understudy group. And while I was being an understudy for the company and learning lots of repertory and doing some performing, it became available to me at the time to teach some classes at the Cunningham Studio, which was at the time at the West Beth building. Um, so I feel I guess I feel kind of an obligation since I have so much of the work in my body. And I was fortunate to study from Merce while he was still living and teaching. I feel a kind of responsibility to be able to offer it to other dancers and other generations of dancers that might be interested in it?
Sucedió de una forma más o menos orgánica, porque yo estuve los últimos 2 años en que todavía estaba la compañía funcionando y en el grupo de los aprendices que nos tuvimos que aprender todo el repertorio y a veces lo bailábamos. Con el tiempo también comencé como a dar clases de la misma técnica y siento de alguna manera la obligación em, de dar a otros la, el material que quizá les pueda interesar a las nuevas generaciones. Yo todavía pude estar con el maestro, con Merce Cunningham, directamente cuando él vivía y realmente pues tengo todo este material en mi cuerpo, así que de esa forma me gustaría transmitirlo.
Three, three, three. And then we'll stay facing this way and we go down, down, up. So I think the piece Doubles was unique in the way it was structured. I think many pieces of Cunningham's repertory are unique in one way or another, and are emblematic of his way of working and in modern dance. This specifically, the piece had two casts of dancers, and there was a layering effect in performance when it was performed as a full company of more than one thing happening at the same time, but they were coexisting independently in space. And I think that that is quintessentially something that Merce was interested in, this idea of things coexisting together, whether it was um, bodies in space dancing in the same space, but not necessarily dancing together, or the way that he worked with music often, where they coexisted, but they didn't necessarily rehearse together, but they could be performed together.
Doubles fue una pieza que hizo, bueno, que es como muy sui generis, como mucho del trabajo que hacía Cunningham, en que las piezas son fuera de lo común. Y en este caso, lo que tenía era dos elencos trabajando al mismo tiempo, de forma que de alguna manera coexistían en el mismo espacio. Y al hacer esto, eh, llegamos a algo que era como quinta esencia de las cosas, de lo que buscaba o que le interesaba al maestro Cunningham. El tener dos cosas coexistiendo en el mismo espacio, aunque fueran independientes, también lo hacía con la música, en que no, vaya, no ensayaban juntos.
This work was created in the 60s, I believe 1967. And this duet specifically was performed by two amazing dancers in the company at that time, Sandra Niels and Gus Solomons Jr. Um, I love this duet for it has a kind of intimacy, an intimate quality between the two dancers. There's also a lot of documentation of this time in Cunningham's career. There is a documentary film made during this time that captures a lot of rehearsal footage of the making of this duet. So it feels like a real moment in history of his work, his legacy, these two very iconic dancers who worked with him for a long time. Um, and I have just a personal connection to the duet, having learned it and performed it when I was an understudy in the company. So it feels like a personal connection for me as well.
La pieza es se hizo en los años 60, como el 67, fue un periodo importante del trabajo de Cunningham en el que se hizo mucha documentación y hay mucha, precisamente documentación de cómo se creó esta pieza. Su ambiente es como íntimo entre los dos bailarines y en lo personal me dice mucho porque es una pieza que tanto bailé como lo he estado montando a otros y tiene algo como muy, pues, personal en el trato de cómo son cómo está la pareja interactuando.
Mm. So this solo is an excerpt from a evening length work by the choreographer Esme Boyce. I've worked with Esme for maybe 10 years now. Um, the the concept for Esme for this particular piece, as stated in the title, is thinking about moss and other things that in nature that survive, that have the capacity to and the tenacity to survive through difficulty, through obstruction, through minimal minimal resources. So this piece was made, I would say, with a minimum of resources financially as an artist. And it's very personal for her and also for me as a dancer. I think um, it is, while there's some reference to classical dance forms like ballet, I think it also is a rebellion against classical form and an attempt to show um, a kind of survival instinct that overrides the technique.
Esta pieza Moss fue creada por Esme pensando en la naturaleza y en esas manera en que el musgo ejemplifica la capacidad de sobrevivencia contra cuando tienes que puedes pasar por periodos de escasez o de dificultades o de eh, como de alguna forma no tanto resiliencia, sino capacidad de sobrevivir, aunque el sistema en el que uno está no sea el ideal o esté en época de carencia. Es una obra que representa algo muy personal para Esme y también para mí.
That's the second eight. So the first eight is all on the floor. The second eight is off the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use the floor in and out.
It's maybe it's a surprise. I think that as it is now, each of the pieces that we're showing are quite short, even though they're rich, but they're short. So we want to consider adding something to the program. And I had suggested possibly either inviting the dancers that I've been working with in the morning technique classes, inviting them or members of the audience to participate in an interactive play experience with um, chance procedures, which is something that Merce utilized choreographically. And we could give people a taste of what that is as a choreographic tool.
Uncertainty.
Yes, chance, indeterminacy, the unknown, spontaneity.
Sí. La última parte del programa va a tener una sorpresa. Si bien las obras son muy ricas, son obras cortas y había como un tiempo que se podía aprovechar para mostrar otro tipo de trabajo que hacía Merce Cunningham a partir de lo que sería chance o
Azar.
el azar, exacto. Y esto se piensa hacer ya sea con los alumnos de la mañana o con el mismo público. Se darán como tareas o consignas y bueno, es una de las técnicas que el maestro Cunningham utilizaba para hacer coreografía.
Oh, well, I'm so honored to be a part of it. I believe I was here 13 years ago teaching a Cunningham 2-week workshop, something similar. Although at that time, I did not perform or stage any repertory. But I had a wonderful experience then with the dancers, and I was very impressed and touched by their enthusiasm for the work and for dance in general and the community here. So I'm just honored to be invited back after all of these years and to be part of something so from the heart and to work with these fine dancers.
Me siento muy honrada de participar en los 35 años. Yo vine hace 16 y di un curso de Cunningham de 2 semanas, aunque en esa ocasión no monté coreografía y tampoco bailé, pero me honra estar trabajando con, y me satisface bastante estar con gente que está tan interesada en el trabajo de Cunningham y tan entusiasmada por la danza en general. Una invitación que viene del corazón.
Hi,
So,
everyone. It's Corey Kresge from New York, and I am here in Mexico City, excited to perform with Los Talleres at their festival. Is it Friday at 8, Saturday at 7, and Sunday at 6 p.m. Please come. You don't want to miss it. It's Merce Cunningham Repertory. I'll be performing solos, staging a duet on 2 beautiful local dancers, and maybe some other surprises as well. Also performing a solo by Esme Boyce, a New York City-based choreographer.